New poll out from Gallup. They did an open-ended question asking the American people, what's the most important problem facing the country? So I'm going to get into the answers in a second, but before I do, just pause and, think to yourself, hey, what do I think it is? What do I think the biggest problem in the country is? And then what do I think other people think is the biggest problem in the country? If you watch corporate media, if you watch MSNBC, Russia's the number one problem, or something to that effect. Well, let's see. Number one, the most important problem facing the country. Number one, dissatisfaction with government and poor leadership. 20% said that. That's number one. Now, that is a reflection both of the president, Trump, who has a 30% approval rating. It's abysmally low, especially for a point this early in his presidency. But also a reflection of Congress. Congress has an even lower approval rating. Congress's approval rating goes between 9% and 21%. It's like it hangs out in that area there. So poor leadership. In other words, the government doesn't represent us. They're terrible. And that's true. I mean, that's objectively true. If you track it from the 1980s and onward, the government just doesn't do right by the American people. They just don't. They represent their donors. So we have a government that's bought and owned by special interests, by corporations and billionaires, and it's filled with corrupt stooges and idiots. So that's what's going on, and that's why the number one problem is our government is terrible. We have poor leadership, and they're doing a terrible job. Okay, so the next one is healthcare. 17% say healthcare. These are number 1 and 2, blow away the rest of the field. 17% for healthcare. So, maybe it's the fact that 45,000 people die every year because they don't have access to basic healthcare. Maybe it's the fact that medical bills is still one of the top causes of bankruptcy. Maybe it's the fact that millions of people are uninsured. But whatever it is, it's healthcare is a disaster in this country, and it's not in other modern nations. The answer is Medicare for all. It's a single-payer system, no doubt about it. If you were to do that, all of a sudden healthcare would drop off the map. It wouldn't be a problem at all. People would love the healthcare system. And then the rest of them will run through these fast. You have immigration, 7%, unemployment, 7%, race relations, 7%? I think so, yeah. Economy in general, 6%, unifying the country, 6%, situation with North Korea, 4%, international issues, 4%. So in other words, all the, the North Korea situation, which we've been escalating and escalating, the Russia thing the Democrats have been doing, only 4% of people, respectively, for North Korea and Russia say, yeah, 4%, that's it. So it's almost like the Democrats are focusing 100% on the wrong issues. Yeah, if we just paint Trump as Putin's puppet, then we're going to win. It's just what'll happen. Really? Only 4% of the country is like, yeah, that's our biggest problem, international issues. And I'm being kind by framing that as Russia, because international issues, those could be people, maybe they're uber educated and they know that Pakistan and India is a serious problem. Or something like that, where it's not just Russia when we talk about international issues. So it's probably even less than 4%. But that's the percentage of the country that wakes up and goes, goddamn Russia, Putin, here you go again. No. Most people wake up and they go, this fucking government is broken and they don't represent me because of money in politics. They might not know that's why, but that is why. That's why the government's not representing them. And healthcare. So if the Democrats want to win, the answer is simple. Step 1, stop taking corporate money and PAC money and only raise in small dollar donations from the people and talk about the problem of big money in politics. That's the issue, private money in politics. So stop taking corporate money and PAC money, only raise from the people. Point that out, that anybody who's taken from corporate PACs, anybody who's taken from lobbyists, they're the problem. That's why the government is broken. So that's step number 1 to winning. And step number 2 is Medicare for all. Run unapologetically on Medicare for all, cite the facts, hammer home the arguments, and you will win. You will win. The numbers show that those are the 2 biggest concerns with people, but no, the Democrats are lost. So don't say I didn't warn you and others on the left didn't warn you. We've told you 9,762 times. You still didn't fucking listen. But We have the answer. We have the strategy that works because it's what people care about and it's what they should care about. Go to justicedemocrats.com/platform to read about our candidates and what they're doing. And also go to justicedemocrats.com/fight so that we can donate and get these people over the edge. We got to get rid of corporate Joe Manchin. We got to get rid of corrupt Joe Crowley. We got to get rid of these corporate Democrats because they're the reason that the Democrats keep getting wiped out. So we need real populist leftists in there. justicedemocrats.com/fight. We got to do it, guys. We got to get them over the top.